Welcome back to D-Mac's Mad Gaming. I'm your host D-Mac, and here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And welcome to the first episode of Mad Mondays, where we talk about some of the most maddening, controversial topics in the gaming industry. And today's topic for Mad Monday is the cover art for Detroit Becoming Human, and Donald Trump meeting with the leaders of the gaming industry to talk about gun control because of the mass shooting that took place at Parkland's High School on February 14th. Let's get started. So the first thing we'll talk about is the cover art for Detroit Becoming Human. Now, I have a link to the article that I read from on this topic in the description box below for you guys to check out. I highly recommend checking it out. It's hilarious. For people to be so uncomfortably bad with the cover art, it's hysterical. It's like, are you serious? People are really upset about the cover art for Detroit Becoming Human. And I'll let you see the cover art. As you see there, that's the cover art people are talking about. How uncomfortably bad it is. How unprofessional it is. How lazy it was to create art for that cover that didn't impress the gaming community. That was terrible. And I have a quick question I'd like to ask you guys. Do gamers really care about the cover art? Is it a big indicator on whether you're going to buy a game or not, that the cover art is good or not? Is the cover art unprofessional? Was no pride taken in creating the cover art for a game? Does that deter you from buying a game based on the cover art? I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And as you see, I just show what the cover art looked like. And I'd like to know, do you think that would deter you from buying a game? Because I know that wouldn't deter me at all. And I know a number of friends of mine that are gamers and that is in the gaming industry that know that cover art is not a real indicator on how the game is going to be. How that the cover art has something to do with the content in the game. And the game could still be an amazing game. Just the cover art is not amazing. It's not spectacular. And that's okay. But I could be wrong. Is there a real reason why gamers could be upset because the cover art is not to the expectations and that would deter them from buying the game? I would love to know in the comment section below because I don't think it really matters. And I know a lot of gamers that I know as friends that are in the gaming community that love story-driven games don't care about cover art. They don't. I don't. I know they don't. And we were really excited about the release of Detroit Becoming Human on May 25th of 2018 for the PlayStation 4. I'm super excited about it. I got my calendar marked, and a lot of my friends got the calendar marked. And they don't really care about the cover art. It's not going to deter us from buying the game. But I'd like to know your guys' opinion on that. Would that deter you from buying it? Is that a big indicator of whether you buy a game or not? Is by the cover art alone? I would love to know because I think it's hilarious on how people try to dog the cover art. And I got this article on Polygon that I'll have a link in the description below that people were really dogging the cover art on how uncomfortably bad it was and how the guy's face was blocking the skyline and how you couldn't see the guy's full face and how they should have had all the characters from the game on a cover art. And I think that's irrelevant. That has no basis on whether the game is going to be good or not and whether people are going to buy it, because I know people are going to buy it regardless of the cover art. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that does bother some people. And some people feel offended that they will create cover art that's terrible and try to put it on the Detroit Becoming Human box and call it art. Maybe they were offended by it. Maybe they were. Or maybe they're just being trolls. In my opinion, I feel like they were trolls. They're just fussing about something that really isn't important. But I could be wrong. So let me know in the comment section. Am I wrong about it? And I will leave a link to Polygon about the article that I'm talking about on Mad Mondays in the description box below for you guys to check out. I highly recommend you check it out because some of the comments and some of the DMs that people left on Twitter and on the comment section of the article alone are hilarious, outrageously hilarious on how they complain about cover art. It's just amazing. So now we're going to talk about the second maddening topic that happened in the gaming industry last week. And that is Donald Trump is meeting with the leaders of the gaming industry to try to get more of a control on the mass school shootings that have been happening in America for the last couple of years. And he's thinking that in the game industry content and in the movie entertainment content, violence is the reason why children are committing these horrible acts. That violence that kids consume in games and on movies are the reason why they carry these acts out in real life. And I just thought that was hilarious. It was offensive and hilarious. And I'm going to explain why. The reason why it's offensive because he's trying to tell us that as individuals in America that content can warp our minds to do things that we know we shouldn't do. That it would totally manipulate us into committing terrible acts, horrendous acts in real life because a game told us to. Like we have no control of our own behavior. That's insulting not only to the gaming community and the gaming industry, that's insulting to parents that we have no control on how our children behave. That we cannot regulate our children's behavior. That we cannot teach our children to behave and be productive citizens in the United States. To be well-rounded individuals that contribute to society and respects the rules of society. That's what he's saying, because games warping our young kids' minds and it's making our kids commit horrendous acts, going to school shooting up innocent people because the game told us to. That's stupid. And there has been numerous studies done that shows that there's no empirical evidence stating that violent games does not correlate to violence in reality. There's no correlation to it. There's no empirical evidence connecting the two. It just doesn't exist. And for him to make this statement, it's just so insulting, not only to the gaming community and the gaming industry, to parents around the world, that we are unable to control our children's behavior. The games that our kids consume, the movies our kids consume, are more apparent than we are. You should be insulted. I am, because I'm a father. And I make sure that I monitor all the content my child absorbs on his daily routine. I make sure that he does not consume something that I feel that is inappropriate for him. That could have him think negative about how he should treat other people. We should be teaching our children moral responsibility on how to treat others, how to communicate with others. Teaching our children empathy and respect, loyalty, kindness, and how to be a hardworking person in society without always stepping on someone's toes. You can have a competitive society without being monsters. And I don't understand why he feels, and the politician at Washington feels, that they can use the gaming industry as a scapegoat. And I read this article that stated the same thing, that you can't use gaming as a scapegoat. And I'll leave a link to the article in the description box below as well, for you guys to check out for yourselves. Know that I'm not bullshitting. That no one believes that gaming has any correlation to real world violence. There's been numerous studies done, and there's no empirical evidence stating that game violence or movie violence correlates with real world violence. There's no evidence supporting it. So for him to make that statement and then say that this content needs a type of rating system is just crazy. Like, he's lost his marbles. Like, he isn't working with a full deck. There are systems in place to let parents know what kind of content the kids about to consume, so they can make a conscious decision as adults on what they should allow their children to watch. And that's what being a parent's about. Remember, these kids are human beings, individuals with their own fears, desires, wants. They are people that just want to have a good life, just want to be happy, just like the rest of us. And for him to state that games can manipulate them to do horrendous acts, it's insulting not only to our children, but to us as parents. And not only to the gaming community and the gaming industry. I don't understand this. I think it's appalling and disrespectful in so many ways. And we still supposed to support this man. It's just mind-boggling on how people feel like everyone's supposed to believe what they believe. This is a society in a country where people have the freedom to believe and do as they wish, as long as they're not committing criminal acts that are horrendous and terrifying on other people because they want to. You have so much freedom in America. The only thing they actually do not to steal and kill. That's all they ask you not to do. And to follow the rules of society, to be able to live in a society and be able to function in society without causing chaos in the society. And there's nothing wrong with that. And for him to attack the game industry or the movie industry because he don't know what to do about gun control and school mass shootings, it's wrong. That's not going to stop school mass shootings. Parents, if you have a child that's showing violent behavior, find help if you can't deal with your own. If you can't be able to talk your child out of this bad behavior, find some resources to get you professional help to help you be able to reach your children and to get some type of assistance to help your child deal with the undesirable impulses, because that's what they are. And I don't feel like he should be blaming the gaming industry. And they're supposed to be having this meeting Thursday. We don't know who is going to be meeting Donald Trump from the gaming industry. But there's supposed to be some leaders from the game industry meeting with Donald Trump to talk about gun control. And Thursday's video will be from the Mads Gamer. If you want the Mads Gamer to cover this meeting, give me 25 likes, and I will tell the Mads Gamer that's what you want him to cover on Thursday. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss his video, because he'll be making his debut this Thursday. I'm excited. You should be excited as well. It's going to be a great video. I promise you. He's a really interesting guy. So if you want him to cover this topic on Thursday, make sure you hit a like. And also, let me know in the comment section that you want him to cover this topic on Donald Trump meeting with the leaders of the gaming industry. If you let me know that, and there's at least 25 people that wants that, then the Mads Gamer will do it. So let me know in the comment section. And that's all I have to say about this. I just thought this was maddening that we even having this discussion about this. It's unimportant. It's not going to change the situation. It's not going to stop mass shootings at schools. And my heart goes out to the family that lost their kids at the Parkland shooting. My heart goes out to you. And we do need to do something about school security for our children. They shouldn't be afraid to go to school. That's something that we do need to work on. But attacking the game industry or the movie industry to make them out to be the scapegoats, it's not the way to go. And thank you for staying to the end of the first Mad Monday video. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this type of content, and the subscribe button to see more Mad Mondays on this channel. And as always, keep gaming. I'm out. Talk to you later.